After the stimulus exploded the deficit, people started talking about big government and socialism, and the Tea Party blossomed. Leftists responded with smug sneers like this.
Don't let another vacation be ruined by
socialism.
Ready to take your vacation back from big government? Come to Somalia, libertarian paradise. If the government doing anything at all is just a little too socialistic-ish for your tastes,
we don't want our government to do anything for us.
Come to where they've been functioning government-free since 1991. You'll fly into fully deregulated Baladogli Airport and find a free market haven.
A lot of people believe this.
Libertarianism is always asked to answer to, what if you followed this to its logical extent? It's a question we get constantly. Democrats are never asked that, really. What is the logical extent of progressivism? Is it a $100 minimum wage? What is the logical extent of social conservatism? They're not really asked because they've been around for longer. They're part of the power structure in a way that libertarians are not, and they're not threatening the power structure the way that libertarians currently are.
But also, you don't argue that there should be no laws.
Right. No, and this is, here's an example, say, with education. Should parents and students get to pick where they go? Or should the state get to dictate based on your residence or whether or not they like your skin color? Probably not. And so that's not going to Somalia, and it's not getting rid of public schools even necessarily, but within that confine, you give people more choice and you'll have better results all around.
And you support the Constitution and having government hire an army and
yes,
local police departments,
there are very good
courts.
things that government does. And, now the question is, should the government be spending 40% more than it can raise in taxes in any given year? Can the government be forcing young, healthy people who are relatively poor to pay for older, relatively wealthy people's health care? That's probably not a good idea, and it's a debate that we should be having.
One of these Somalia things always makes me laugh is because meanwhile, in the real world, like they're trying to mock the libertarian fantasy world, but meanwhile, in the real world, we doubled federal spending in 10 years between 2000 and 2010. So what did we get out of that? Do we have twice the performance? Is the Department of the Interior working twice as good as it used to?
They mock rational self-interest. What's wrong with rational self-interest?
A lot of people in their rational self-interest will drink until they're no longer able to stand or do drugs until they explode. Yeah, well, I am speaking. I can only speak for myself as a libertarian. But, the other thing is that people actually do a pretty good job of raising their kids and of getting on with their lives and creating interesting businesses and communities. There are times when there's going to have to be some kind of intervention, but those should be much less frequent than they are now.